Hello, welcome back. I know you've missed me, probably not, but oh well. It's time for a massive video again. It's been a while since I've done it from this sort of location, which is my, let's say, YouTube setup with a few cameras. I've been doing quite a few over at my Skype normal setup, but I want to get back to this, and I will probably show you quickly later. It will, like always, be a very messy, not organized clip. But I did not use this location for such a long time that actually one of the cameras, the one that you're looking at now, which is behind the teleprompter, actually was fixed to the wall, and it actually came down. And I heard something at some point, but I couldn't find what it was. And then yesterday I figured out, okay, I now know what it was. It was actually a camera falling down. It's fine, so it was kind of hanging in the teleprompter. So today we're going to talk about a few products that I've been using when I started up another YouTube channel. Again, don't expect that YouTube channel to become very big. It might get a few hundred subscribers, I don't know. It's all about bicycle videos. I ride about 50 kilometers a day. I talked about this before, and I had made a few videos before, and I even talked about it here before. But I didn't find a perfect setup, so I kind of stopped making them for a while. I was also on holidays. But I started up again when I got the new DJI Osmo Action 4, because I wanted to have it simpler, less work. I was using an Insta360 before. I had to put it on top of my my steering wheel. Everybody was seeing it, which is not a big deal, but it makes you a little bit uncomfortable. What's even more interesting is that it was also distracting me. So I wanted to have a solution which does not distract me. So we are going to talk about several products, because I don't want to review them all separately. I just want to give you a few hints if you are into this kind of thing. And my guess is if I put like DJI Osmo 4 in the description, and maybe also some of the SmallRig stuff I'm going to show, that will automatically sort of get the people that I want, or people that might enjoy this video. Because I think there are enough reviews out there to have you covered about the basic things. So I think talking about a few specific solutions that I have picked is probably the best way. So this is the, let's go to the dual view. So this is the Osmo 4 basically, right? So it's quite a nice sort of camera, and it would be nice if that camera would focus. Well, we use this one and go to the top view again. So yeah, as you can see, it's in its normal housing. You've probably seen many reviews of it. So this is the housing I'm using on the bicycle. Actually, I have a second housing, which is from SmallRig, which I think is quite nice. I will show some parts about that. But first, let me show you the end result, and a bit about what I've been doing and why. Of course, like always, I'm going to use kind of an interesting way to show you, because I'm lazy. I will connect my phone to my Apple TV on this setup, and then I can stream some of the pictures to there. So I'm doing that now, just waiting until it pops up. It now sort of popped up, so we can switch to there. I'll open my picture gallery. I think we talked about it before, right? We are not the most organized person. So just because I was indeed talking, now it would be nice if it would switch over. It doesn't. Let me open it like this. Okay. So indeed, it's something. The camera was attached to the wall, and now I have to fix it, because actually I glued it on there because I'm lazy, and it fell off. So you can see the setup we are using now. So one camera, camera behind there, and there's the camera that we are using. But I want to show you some of the pictures. So I will zoom in a little bit. So this you can see is the picture on top of my bicycle. Oh, sorry, the Osmo 4 connected to my bicycle. And you can see it's in a much better location as in the last video. And one of the nice things about the Osmo 4 or the Osmo Action series is that they have a really interesting way of connecting it using a magnetic sort of click system, which is brilliant. So I printed a 3D part. You can see it better here. So I also got into 3D printing in the last few months. I've made a few videos about that. And you can see that I've made a part that goes around my steering column, and then it attaches you. That means that it does not move when I move the steering wheel. And it's also quite a stable way. And the nice part, and I will show you the click-on system, that you can just click it on and take it off in, I would say, a second. And the mount that I made, I just keep it on there. I probably have another picture. No, I had two pictures about the bike. Before somebody asks, there's a water bottle, and the other side has a small food storage there that you can click on, also on a magnetic way, which is kind of cool. So what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about a few parts. One of the things when I'm showing you the video, which I'm going to do in a second, is that I wanted to have a way to record the audio. Now, there's two ways you can do it on a bicycle. You can do it with a voiceover later, of course, which I tend to use, or you can try to get good audio while you're on your bike. Of course, if you want to do that, you have to have a microphone pretty close to you, because on the bike itself, when you're doing 25 kilometers or let's say 15 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour, depending on where you are, it's just too much wind noise. So how do you get good audio? I will talk about that in two ways. How to get it if you just want to be able to talk, right? So you don't hear the wind noise and stuff like that. And the way that you can talk, you don't hear yourself talking too much, or you don't talk at all on the bike, which I tend to do. I'm bicycling, but you want to have environment sound. So that's are the two ways that you might want to approach this. So let's see if we have more pictures. Yeah, here you can see a picture which you remember for later, but I will show it, where you can see that the wireless solution that I ended up using, which is from SmallRig, it's a SmallRig Wave 1C, is a very nice solution for this. I will also talk about some of the negative parts, but that's quite positive. And this is a part which is also attached, and I don't want to take it off, but it's one of the magnetic connectors from this case Tilta. There are a few brands, but I like this one best so far, which allows you to attach a normal 1/4 connection for all your other camera stuff. And again, it's one of these magnetic sort of clicking systems. And this is me just on a bridge. So that's kind of the pictures that we want to show. So let me show you the video. Let's go to YouTube. And it gives you an idea of the kind of videos that I'm making. Let me scroll this back. Again, since I'm so organized, I'll put on a headphone and listen what I'm talking about. Maybe this is normal for Dutch people, probably already multiple bikes. And one of the bike shops of one of my bikes is coming up pretty close. Let me mute it for a second, which I did. No. Which I did now. So you can see me biking around, and you can see how stable the video actually is. That would be nice if the scrubbing would work. Don't we all love if we give a demo and it stops working? I can still pause it, but I can't scrub it. Oh well. You can see that we are driving around, and let's listen a little bit to the audio. City. On the bottom part of Utrecht, to be fair. I guess I will start it anew, because in the beginning the audio was a bit better. There's no road. That doesn't work. I guess I can do it like this. Yep. I'm happy with in the audio and in the video. So here you can hear that the audio is quite clean, even though it was an extremely windy day. And what I'm using is the wireless solution that I will show you in a second. And I put it on the back of my bike so that I don't hear my own voice or breathing and stuff like that. I actually put it in a big wind muff from a Rode microphone, so that cat, and that worked out perfectly. So let's listen a bit more. One of the small rivers that you can use to access many of the other waterways. I don't think we have been much to this side of I made a mistake turning around. 7-kilometer roads. We mostly go to the other side, but here. So let's talk a little bit more about this setup and go back to the parts. We're already 10 minutes in, so like normal, it will not be less than 20 minutes, otherwise it would not be my video, I guess. So let's try to keep it on the 20 minutes. So the parts that we are using there, and let me mute the audio also so that I don't hear myself. Why can't I make a video that's less messy? Oh well, I can, but I won't. So, so basically what we are using is this connection system. You can see them here with the magnetic clips. And the nice thing about it, let me take a random part, is that you can sort of just click them on and they are quite stable. Right? You can see that you can't take them off. You need to pinch these two clips and then, so the nice thing about it is that you can quite quickly on the bike clip it on, and when needed press the two little levers and take it off again. Very easy. So I put this on the bike, and but of course the audio is quite good. Let me say that one of the nice things about the DJI 3 and 4 is that they take USB audio. But they also have two built-in microphones, and they are quite good if you just want to use it for vlogging. But there is a limit, of course, especially if you're going quite fast into the wind. So the solution that I came up with for that is using the SmallRig microphone set. I got it cheap, about 70 euros. They're probably between 70 and 100 euros, or between 80 and $100, depending if you can get them on a nice sale or not. Again, as you know, I get most of my stuff for free from SmallRig, but I'm most of the time too lazy to ask for it. So this I just ordered myself. It was cheap enough to do. They're not sponsoring me, but I've been working with them, as you probably know. If not, watch some of my videos. But you can see it's a very, it's not the best wireless solution. I have myself definitely better ones, but it's a very good solution for this. So it comes with three parts. Basically, of course, the receiver, which you can put either in your laptop or in a mobile device. And of course, also in the DJI. I'll put it here for a second. And then, of course, the transmitter, which you can see automatically turns off on if you take it out of the bag. And then the wind muff, or a wind muff. This itself is a battery part, so it has about 30 hours of battery that you can charge. Don't going to explain too much about it because it's quite modern these days. One nice thing is that it does have a nice sort of clippy, which I'm not sure, I think Holyland did it as the first one. They're using a 3.5 inch hole so that you can clip it in. So this you can put on your chest or on the bike. So what I do, and I forgot that I was going to show this. So I put this in a bigger wind muff, which comes with the small Rode mics, a micro for example. I have a few of them lying around. And I just figured out that I could put the whole thing into the dead cat and then put it on the back of my bicycle. But one of the nice things about this one, you can see that it's blinking. So it's still searching for the other part. And so far the buttons don't work, which is actually quite nice. You can mute it, but they don't work at the moment. So the nice part is that you can just put it in the side here. So let me show it like this. So there's USB-C, and you can just put the USB-C directly in here. And then still nothing happens. It sticks out a bit weird, but the nice thing is it has like this knee function, and you can sort of, and this is how you saw it in the picture. Again, still nothing happening, but because you still see that this one is blinking. But the moment that I turn on the camera, so let's hit record, why not? You can see that this screen is locked, but this is just how the camera sort of works. But you can see that automatically the audio comes up, and they put a really nice sort of bar there, so that you can see even if you're on the bike or if you're using it handheld, you can see that the audio is coming in. And of course now this one has stopped blinking. There's not much more I can say about this one. I will talk a little bit more about the features that I'm using, or you could use, but they are less than perfect. But this is a very nice solution. I found out that the gain of about 16 to 18 is best for this setup. So why is this nice? Of course, if you're using it on a bike, this turns out to be quite nice. So if you put it just on your collar, it's perfect for speaking on the bike. It's I would almost say too good. And what I mean with that, you don't hear a lot of environment sound, which I kind of prefer. So you have to find a good way to store it if you want that. Or on the back of the bike if I just want the environment sound. What it's also very good for is just what it, of course, has been made for, is clipping it on your body and then using it in this kind of a fashion as a vlogging cam. Very small. This is about 8 grams. So this part, this was 12 grams, 8 grams, and I think this one is 14 grams. So it's very light and it's very easy to take with you. So is it the perfect solution? No, the DJI solution, which is bigger, by the way, it sort of sticks out more. So it's a bit bigger in how it sort of sticks out. It's also heavier. It's twice as heavy as this one. It's more expensive, of course. It's a better product in some ways, but this is kind of perfect for this use case, because this is so light that basically there's no way that it's in normal use would be any problem in this way. And it's easy to take out. Again, close up the little hole and you're done. It will continue recording, so turn it off and put this one back in the well, let's talk about it a tiny bit more. So one of the things which is also nice, but it's less than perfect, but it might be an interesting use case for you. So there's 2 use cases which I think find are very interesting. First thing you can see is there is a 3.5-inch out jack. That's not for an external microphone. That's not part of this feature set of this setup. It is actually a headphone. And what's nice about it, you can hear yourself, and you can also send the audio back from the device that you are working with. So it does not work on the DJI cameras because they don't do any audio output in a review. But for example, it does work on, if you put it in an iPad, for example, or on a laptop, you can perfectly use this to create, let's say, a wireless headphone from any headphone. So I could take this headphone, which of course is analog at the bottom. I could put it in and it could be used to send the audio to that. So that's kind of a nice solution. It's even better than you think, because it has a built-in microphone that automatically mixes in the sound. It actually, you hear the music, but also the surroundings. So it's sort of like a transparency mode on the earbuds from Apple. And of course you can mute the microphone. There's a little button here, then you don't, if you don't want that. But it's actually kind of a nice use case. The second nice use case, but it comes with a little bit of work, is that you can also use it in your laptop. It's quite small, as you can see. So you can just do it like this and then attach to your laptop. And you can use it as a microphone in and as an audio out for things like Skype calls, FaceTime. And this, I would say, near perfect, because you can sort of walk around. You have good audio into your ears from the other people in the call. And you can have your microphone. The downside is that the volume of this is very, very low. So you have to use some application. I use Audio Jack, which I love as an application, to boost it, I think about 200% or something. So I have to boost it quite a lot, quite a few dBs. And also have to add some noise reduction there. But it can be used perfectly. I hope SmallRig fixes that problem, because it is the biggest downside I've found. Because otherwise, I think for the price and the limited feature set, but a very specific feature set, it will be perfect for 3 use cases. A, on the DJI, which I showed you, and maybe on other similar action cameras. I think it's near perfect. I think it's perfect for on Skype calls, like I said, two-way audio, or Teams or whatever. I've been using it on Teams, for example. but there's a downside that you really have to work around the low level of the audio, so they should definitely fix that. I think that's maybe they can do it in software to boost it inside. I will ask them. And the third scenario, I think, is a wireless transport mechanism. I will say it more widely, to bring audio from one side to another side. So, for example, out of your laptop, you can send it to here. By the way, using USB, that means that you don't have to use your analog out if you use it for something else, or it's not even on your laptop anymore, or on your phone, which is another use case, or on your iPad. You can use this to go from USB to basically, but of course they have to do the other end, to unlock audio, but you can walk about 100 meters when listening to your normal headphones. So that's how the 3 use cases which I think are fun. So let's put this away. There's no way we are going to make it under 20 minutes, so it will be half an hour. Nobody will be watching this, especially if I can't open up and clean up this thing. But hopefully somebody will enjoy this video. So let's look another part. So let's talk a little bit. In this case, I'm also by accident bought it myself, the SmallRig cage, which you can put the camera in. And what's nice about this, I just want to show you quickly. There's a cold shoe. And there's 2 of these magnetic connections. Also, of course, it does come with normal securing holes. Yeah, it's quite a nice case. I think it works fine. I won't put it in, but trust me, let me make it in the whole installation. Why not? We are making a long video anyway. So I can take it out of this cage quite easily. This comes with the camera, which I think is pretty nice. But this, of course, is a much more stable case. So let me put it in. You can see you can just open it up quite easily like this. And put it in there. I understand that if you're using the 3 model, not the 4 model, that you have to take this rubber of the ring, not the ring itself, but of the lens off. You can see they left openings for all the important parts. There's been many reviews online for this, so I don't want to show it. But the nice thing is that you can combine it with the part I showed a picture of. You can see I'm using the Tilta one and a really small monopod. And you can just sort of click it on, right? It only goes one way, so this feels weird because there's magnetic sort of going on. So it automatically sort of finds its way to the connector. And you can see you can click it on. And then you are ready to film yourself. Like this. Or film something else, like this. Again, there's multiple tripods that of course you can attach. And the nice thing about it is you can quickly take it off. You can also attach it to the side. So let me attach it to the side. Same sort of thing. Click it on and then it's connected. You can use it. So what's nice about the SmallRig cage, and then we can also introduce another product. I should be able to use the other side one. Yeah. Oh, I need to set up the cameras better. Sorry for that. What's another nice part is basically this small light. This is from Ulanzi, was it right? I'm pretty sure it was Ulanzi. Yeah, I think it was Ulanzi. And there's no branding on top of the camera, which is interesting, or on top of the product. But it's a VL66, and I'm pretty sure I've reviewed it. And the nice thing about this one, compared to some of the more high-tech models with a display and stuff like this, is that it's totally analog. And what I mean with analog is that it has 2 sliders, so it's easy when you're using the camera to use, and also easy to turn on the video light. As you can see, I now turn it on. And of course, the nice thing about it is quite easy to attach to the small little camera. I will aim it to myself, I guess, so you can see kind of how this works. And you can twist it around, making it very easy. And from this side, of course, you can make it brighter and change the color temperature. Very bright. But you can see that this is, I think, a very nice small sort of setup to make this work. Let me turn it off. but you can see how small this setup is. Right. So another part which I found extremely useful, let's put it on that one, is it comes with a few parts. So a few parts I want to show. I got several of these small connectors. These are these magnetic connectors I was talking about, and that's one of the nice things about this system, is that it allows for really small sort of parts to be added using this magnetic clipping system. So I already showed you two, right? So this one, which is using the tilter part, and you can also use the clinging system. This one, which I'm ordered a few, and I will probably use it in 3D printing to make other stuff that I want to connect. And another part that I got from DJI itself is their action stick, which is 1.5 meters long, so it's quite long, and it also comes with this magnetic head. I put on the bottom an arca plate so that I can put it in a tripod if you want to use it like this. The nice thing, of course, even in the new cage, again, I can click it on quite easily, and now you have a longer selfie stick. It's difficult for you to see, but I can make it go quite far, and now it's sort of somewhere far away on the wall. So yeah, let's finish up. So other part that I like, something like a bag. I got this one from Telesin. A nice thing about this was like €9. Is two things. A, you can fit it in with both cases. So both the cases comes in, and the SmallRig case, I'm pretty sure all other cases fit in it. It has a hole on the bottom, so you can still sort of leave it on somewhere if you want to. So like this, if you want to have it protected. So that's quite nice, quite cheap. It works. Another part which might be handy with the microphone I was talking about. By the way, I also tested it with other USB microphones. Another nice one to use, although I don't see it near me, is if you want to have a better microphone on top of the camera on the Action Osmo 4. One thing to look at what might be the Rode, and I think it's called the the Go 2, I think. Yeah, the Go 2, which is a USB mic about this big. You can put it on top, and it gives you quite good audio, and again, using USB. Of course, then you want to have a small USB one, or if you want to extend one of these, you might want to get something like a really small cable, which you can sort of loop into itself, put it in your bag. But if you don't want to have it to stick it on the side of the camera, you can then bring it to the top of the camera. So for example, I could attach it to here, right? That's why the Velcro is there. I could sort of attach it there and then have the wire go from there to there, if you don't want to have it sticking out as much. Because of course, if I put this one in, it will be much less sticking out. Hope that makes sense. Last part I want to show is basically my phone again, in a weird way. And I'm only showing you because I want to remind you that, of course, this can be used in combination with the camera. So you can put it on your bicycle, and then you can, for example, see what you are recording or listening what you are recording. I personally don't do that often because it distracts me, but it is an option, and it's kind of an interesting option to be able to do. And in some ways you can use weird things, right? For example, if you want to look for something, you're missing it, and you want to look behind the cupboard or something high, you can just use this stick, sort of go the way where you want to go, and you can sort of see what the hell is happening on your iPhone, and yeah, stuff like that. So that's the nice thing about this solution. So hopefully this something in this long video, which I guess will be half an hour. I will stop it at half an hour. That would be quite nice. Exactly half an hour. In this half an hour video, hopefully there was something useful for you. And I will try to make more videos again, smaller videos if I get new stuff. But I wanted to show you this because maybe there are parts in there that are enjoyable for you, that you want to use either for also making bicycle videos, or if you are are about to get an Action Osmo Action 4 from DJI, and you wanted to see some of these parts that I am using on it. So another 10 seconds. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.